Okay, let's get that going, and hopefully we are live. And I am trying out a new stream today. New stream, I should say. Let me just get that over. Not a new stream, a new chat software. Let me just turn my volume down on that. Okay, it looks like I may have both chats in the same place. Fingers crossed that's the way it is. Right, welcome in. Welcoming into Amanda at Scraptastic Crochet and Clint at Crafting with Love. Hello. Fingers crossed this is all running, and I may even have both chats in the same place. If I have, I feel like I've cracked it. If I've not, then we'll try another way, because this is the 4th attempt I think I've tried. And we'll see if we are getting it up. So I have vertical live going. Yep, that's definitely on, and horizontal. Perfect. So I'm continuing on with this. This has took a bit longer than what I thought it would be taking, but life gets in the way as well. Good morning, the Bud Files. Welcome in. Thank you for joining me. Now, I literally have about half an hour. I haven't got long. And I need to be at a performance tonight. My son is performing. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but my son is a musician and he is playing tonight with his band from college. So I'm super excited to go and watch that with him tonight. I'll watch him do that tonight, I should say. And my parents are also attending, and it should be a really good night. This is all part of his performance, which is what he's doing for his exams. So it's like a practical part of his exams. And fingers crossed, everything goes well for him tonight. He is a talented young man, and I'm getting excited about going to see him tonight. Everybody say hello to each other in chat. I think if Nightbot is working, because obviously it takes a nice little holiday vacation every so often. But if Nightbot is working, I think the the drop, so for you to drop your channel name is !create if it's working. But I did set that up, and it'll be the first time people are trying it out. And if Nightbot wants to play and is actually available, then hopefully you'll be able to drop your channel names into the chat. The only problem I can see at the minute is with this chat where I'm merging both the vertical and horizontal together, is I'm not sure if you can see each other on the horizontal and the vertical. I can see all your chats together in one place, but I'm not sure what yous can actually see as viewers, so that'd be interesting to know. Okay, Amanda's in there first with dropping that link. Let's see if it works. And I am just basically placing these nice little lentils, they look like yellow lentils to me, down on this board, and I need to make sure I'm still in shot on both cameras. Yes, I am. So how are we all today? We can't see the other chat. Okay, that's good to know. I will find the right thing eventually where people can sort of see each other on chat, but at least for now I have you all in one place so that I can see everybody coming in rather than me being on 2 different chats on 2 different systems, complicating matters. I just want to be able to just chat to you all and do this at the same time. I think I may have cracked it, but with me, it's generally the 2nd or 3rd time that I've actually done it, when I feel like, yeah, okay, I've done this and it started, I'll look at the next best one afterwards, but at least I've managed to merge them together. The software that I was trying to use yesterday didn't work, so I'm glad it's working today. Thank you for dropping links and connecting with each other. We're all here to help each other out. Clint, are you ready for your craftathon? Craftathon. I've got some little projects that I am planning to do on your live. Crafting with Love is Clint, and he does loads and loads of different types of crafts. Whatever takes his fancy on that day. But he's invited me to join him for his birthday celebration, and we're gonna do a craftathon, along with other creators. And I have some plans, some new ideas that I'm gonna be sharing at the same time. I need to get in contact with you, Clint. I need to email you, don't I think, to get that link sorted, which I plan to do tomorrow. I've just got a lot going on at the minute, so I just wanted to try and get this finished, or at least mostly finished. I did go in last night whilst I was sat in comfort on my sofa, and I have completed quite a bit of this now. More towards the end, so all this looks really fun. All these sparkly bits. I've put all these wall parts in there as well, and it's just decided to turn itself back on again. So really all I've got left to do is this area that I'm working on now, and then the actual building, and I think this is some kind of traffic that's actually going up and down the road at the back, and then we will be able to put some lighting on that and able to show the LEDs in the dark. I just want to get majority of it finished today if possible. I wasn't planning on it being a part 3. And there we go, it's already lit itself up again. I did actually take one of the batteries out, but it decides to turn itself on and off when it wants to. Number 6. I'm looking forward to getting my new specs at weekend because this will make my crafting a lot easier to do. Yes, I'm excited for next Thursday as well. I don't know how long I'll be able to stay on for. I have booked it out in the calendar, so the kids are well aware that I'm doing that on that day, and they are in college majority of the day on Thursday. But I have told them well in advance not to drop any bombshells like the kids generally do, and tell me that they've got something planned because this has been planned for quite a few weeks that I'll be doing this with you on next Thursday. It's come around very quick. I didn't think it'd be this quick to come around, but it is, and I have some ideas of what I'm doing, but I think I've sort of got some ideas planned, but it'll all depend on that day what my abilities are, and I'll just choose that day what I'm actually doing. Because depending on whether it's arm pain, back pain, there's always some kind of pain. But depending on what's going on that day, pain wise, depends on what craft I choose to do. I've got a few lined up. I've been out specially and bought a few different bits and pieces, some bits that I've never tried before, and I'll probably make a mess of a lot of the stuff, but it's all in good fun. Took my anxiety meds before the dentist. Oh, was it today that you went to the dentist? So I'm tired now. They are trying to knock me out. Yeah, you've got a few visits planned. I don't envy you. I don't mind the dentist. I know a lot of people have fears of the dentist and stuff. For me, it's more the fear of going, actually. It's not the actual dentist itself. It's the journey to the dentist that gets me anxious. Once I'm there and I'm sat down and I'm in the chair, I'm fine. I'm just lucky that I'm one of them people. I think because I've had that many injections and that many needles, things like that don't bother me. The amount of blood I've had taken and the amount of injections I've had to have, it really is just like water off a duck's back for me. My daughter, however, is absolutely petrified of needles. So I have witnessed it firsthand how bad it can be. Um, but we have to work through different ways of reducing the anxiety, and hers was basically because when she was a child, she needed to go in for some injections into the hospital, and instead of the staff sort of accepting that she's got some anxiety issues, they actually pinned her down to give her these injections, which has messed her up for the rest of the years in front of her. So she's 18 now, but she still has a severe phobia, and it takes quite a few weeks of getting to know the person who's actually going to be delivering the injection for her to be happy for them to go ahead. And it's a traumatic experience for her every time she has to go and have an injection of any kind. So I know what it's like from her point of view. You don't mind the dentist, the numbing needles, they hurt like. And I think I'm one of them people now, and it's probably because I have to deal with pain on a regular basis, chronic pain. Um, can sort of zone out of the pain, especially if it's something I'm expecting. So say if they said to me, right, we're going to need to operate on such a thing, or we're going to need to give you an injection. It's going to feel really uncomfortable, or it might, whatever it is. I can sort of zone out of it for a few minutes and then deal with it afterwards. For me, personally, I struggle with emotional pain rather than physical pain because I've had to deal with it for so long. I've had to deal with emotional pain for so long as well, but that's what gets me sort of upset and crying and tearful, them type of things, is the emotional pain of something. Needles hurt like I can't really explain it. Yeah, I think it all depends on the person and what anxieties they have as well. Because something that might not cause one person pain does cause other people pain. It's just their not just a pain tolerance, but what they're used to, what they've had to go through, or if it's a different type of pain to what they're used to. So yeah, the pain is pain, and it's different for different people. I want to tell you the story of me being Little Miss Muffet the other day. I was sat here. Luckily, I wasn't on a live, otherwise, you may have heard me curse. I, I was sat doing some of this whilst I only had like 5-10 minutes at that times, which is why I didn't go live to do it. So I was doing 5 or 10 minutes here and there whilst I was dealing with bits and pieces around the house and the kids coming in and out, that kind of stuff. And whilst I was sat here sort of zoned in for that 5 minutes, there was a nice little, no, not little, nice big spider that dangled from the top of the um inside. My desk is sort of like on the inside of a wardrobe, and it dangled itself from the shelf, which is above my head, and dangled right next to my face. So I told the kids about it, and they told me that I'm Little Miss Muffet for the day. I didn't. Yeah, I did. I was gonna say I didn't shout, but I'll scream. I sort of did. I don't have a massive fear of spiders, but I don't like the unexpected. But yeah, Little Miss Muffet for the day the other day. If you draw blood from my arm, I can't bend the arm for the rest of the day. I used to be like that when I used to have the contraception injection, and whenever I had that, my full arm was completely numb for the rest of the day. But I'm going back years and years now. I don't have anything like that, so I don't know if it was an age thing or if it was the type of needle that it was because it was going into the muscle. But taking it out, taking blood. I don't think I've experienced it having blood taken. My daughter sits there sort of wondering how I actually do it because obviously while she was watching, so she could sort of desensitize from being around needles and showing her it's nothing to be scared of, all that kind of stuff. She was coming in regular for when I needed my injections or needed blood taken, so she can witness it's not all staff are bad at doing it, and certainly didn't holding me down, which yeah, I wasn't very pleased with that. It sort of took her confidence away in the NHS staff, just because of a couple of different nurses decided to take not take blood, sorry, they give her injection when she wasn't ready or prepared. It's not anxiety that caused it, but it has created anxiety issues. That's due to pain, not like paralysed. Get you? Okay. Yeah, mine was like when I had the contraception one. That was sort of like somebody would give you I don't know what you call them. We used to call them dead arms or Charlie horses or something along those lines. It was sort of like made your full arm made sort of like went numb but achy at the same time when I used to have them injections, but it was into the muscle, so that's the reason why I'm thinking that happened. But yeah, luckily I don't suffer with any pain from injections or need, blood being taken, which, can be a bad thing enough as itself. I mean, the local area hurts. Um, it just feels like a bruise to me. Obviously, that depends on the person, how they feel. Was really enjoying doing the sparkly ones, and then when it comes to these coloured ones, even though I know it's going to look good eventually, so like on this phone box here, it's all sparkly, but then you've got these orange ones. It's sort of like to give you that illusion of it being further away on the box. It does look good overall, though. I've never seen one with crystals and LEDs as well, so I thought this one was quite a good find, really, and I will be looking out for some similar because I do enjoy doing them. But when you're doing the same bit over and over again for ages, especially like when I did these browns further down at the bottom, luckily I was sat in comfort in the living room on my sofa, and that way I was able to get as many down as I did do. Because I do get bored of the same thing if I keep doing it. I was held down daily to held down daily to for a week for spinal tap whilst hospitalised. I think I was 7 or 8. Oh, yeah, I think it stays with you, that anxiety, because it definitely did with my daughter. Um, and it's a shame because that's what puts you off doing other things that are you need medically. I mean, my son is petrified of the dentist. Don't like admitting it, but he is so anxious when he goes, and it took me years to actually get him to sit in the chair. So I have seen it, in my children. They've always come with me and seen, that I'm calm and there's no issues, but their own experiences will make them feel that way. So I know it's nothing from, them seeing any issues that I had. It was basically because of the experiences that they had and not taking it. My children really need to do things in their own time, otherwise it affects them for ages. And I know the NHS and staff and nurses and doctors have all got things to do, but in the long run for the patient, that's not the best way to do it because then obviously they face problems later on when they need to do it for other members of the public. Just want to check to make sure I have definitely got both streams coming through. Yes, it's definitely working, so I'm pleased with that. So I can see both chats at the same time. Brilliant. Where have you gone now, though? You shouldn't mess with things, Stacey, because they go missing. There we are. Meningitis got you hospitalised. Jeez. Yeah, that was always a scary thing, having kids of my own. I never had any problems with meningitis, and I'm lucky. My kids, I had a scare with my children that they had meningitis, and that frightened the life out of me. I never knew him, but I believe one of my uncles died when he was a baby from meningitis, so it's always been talked about, and it's always been a bit of a scary thing to hear when somebody's got it. I was constantly with the tumbler glass looking at every rash. I was one of those kind of parents who checked for every rash because I was concerned. From a tick. Well, do you know there was doing some tests on me for different things, and Lyme disease is one of the things that they was looking at because it was similar what do you call it, symptoms to the fibro that I have. They never said yes or no to it, but they were saying that it could be you could get Lyme disease from a tick. So yeah, they must carry quite a few diseases about. I know you've got is it mosquitoes carry malaria or something like that in other countries? So yeah, it's bugs are not just a worry, they can be quite a concern with some of these things they carry. So you said you did diamond painting for a while, Amanda. Did you do any kind of like your own one? Did you do pre-made ones like this, or did you ever go in? Because I'm looking at doing one myself, like painting the background, doing the adhesive, and then putting the dots on myself. So I was thinking of doing something like that at some point. I've never actually seen somebody else do it. So I don't know what glue and things like that I should be looking at getting. Because this isn't glue that sort of dries, is it? It's sort of maneuverable, if that makes sense. You can sort of move it around, and you could even pick them off and until you seal it anyway. You can pick them off and move them about. So I don't know what type of glue I'd actually use for that kind of sticky but not sticky. You did your own plenty of them. Have you got them on your channel? Because if you have, I'm gonna have to have a look back at them. I don't plan on doing loads of diamond paintings, or for it to be like the main thing that I do. It's just whilst I'm sort of still figuring out live streaming and trying to get these vertical and horizontal ones sort of merged together in the chat, which hopefully I think I've done now. I didn't want to do anything too complicated. I wanted to do something that I didn't have to be anxious about, just something that's easy to do. I think the hardest bit of this is sorting all the actual drills into different boxes, making sure they don't get sort of mixed up or spilt all over my desk. That's a habit I seem to have formed. Oh, I have a custom with a clear back still. Yeah, I've seen the cut. Oh, I just thought of that actually. You did partials, full, round, and square. Yeah, I think I'm just thinking now. I'm sure I've seen on Temu the it's sort of like a blank, and it has the circles already on and the glue already on, but I want to sort of do it on a canvas board so like this one, it's already actually on a board and you can add the electrics inside. I want to do a similar kind of thing to this, but my own, drawing or my own painting, and then sort of go over the top of it with the drills, just sort of. That's why I'm doing a couple of different ones so I can figure out how they have the lights in different places and things like that to see what I like to actually do my own. You should do a diamond painting one day just as a different thing if you fancy that. Sometimes it's good to do something different. The good thing about this is kids can do it as well, can't they? It's not like, I mean, obviously not children, because they're small parts, but anybody at any age can do this. It's really weird that I can do this, but if I concentrate too much on doing it, I can't do it. My hand doesn't go in the right place. So say like if I had this tray a lot further away, I won't be able to sort of coordinate from the tray to this board. Yet when it's right next to me, I'm okay doing it. Take me a year and a half to do something this big if I had the tray further away. Nothing diamond painting on your channel. I made that before I started the channel, right? I get you. I have a plane with just a grid and glue. It's all white. Mini-Me does them. She's 5, yeah. That's what I mean. As long as they're not sort of going to be putting them in the nose and their ears and, like kids do. They've sort of gone past that age where they do stupid things like that. I think my son was about 17. No. The last time I remember my son putting something, I think it was a bead. Do you know when you get them beads going over doors to stop the insects flying in? It was one of the beads off that, and he decided to put it inside his ear. Luckily, he has quite waxy ears, so even though we was at hospital and we was waiting to see the doctor and all the rest of it, we was playing games like getting him to jump up and down on the spot, just all really stupid things, or lying on my lap on his side, so it sort of like could. Eventually, it worked his way out. The doctors didn't even have to go in and do anything, which is good because otherwise, I think that would have caused him some problems in the future with going to the doctors. So yeah, he had one of those beads in his ear for a few hours. But like I said, luckily he had very waxy ears and it didn't go in too far. It wasn't something where I could just go in and pull it out myself, or even with tweezers. It would, I wouldn't have been able to get it. But over time, it sort of come to the surface and fell out. I think he only had it in there for a few hours. But yeah, kids do silly things. They stick things in silly places. This painting keeps turning itself on. Yeah, I think any other. Oh, Nightbox made appearance. Thank you for joining the live today. Please don't forget to hit those subscribe button or like and subscribe buttons. It's really appreciated. Well, thanks for joining us, Nightbot, today. I'm glad you've had. Did you have a nice time on your holiday? This new chat feature, I've tried a few different ones, and this one seems to be the only one that's actually working. Um, but apparently they also have a bot on it where they can do like what Nightbot does. So now I know it's working, I'm going to have a play about with it because it'll probably do some things and be available better than what Nightbot does for me because it does seem to only come when it wants to. It doesn't it's not consistent. Comes on when it wants to. Are you going live today, Amanda? I think I've just stuck that in the wrong place. Yeah, I have. Was it that one? Where did I put it? That one. No. Maybe I didn't then. Can't figure out where I put that last row. Sure it said 6. No, must be going crazy. Sure it'll stand out at some point if I've not done it right. What stream software are you using? At the moment, I'm using OBS, Nightbot as one of the bots, and what was it called? What was it called? Just give me a second, I'll find it. Streamer bot. Now, Streamer bot as a. I've done something wrong here. Streamer bot as like an add-on. Yeah, that's what I've done wrong. I think I filled in all the wrong bits. I have. Good job you can remove these. So let me check that number. That's number 8, yeah. Oh, for Christ's sake, Stacey, I've put all these in the wrong ones. Spent ages putting them in the right place, and now they're in the wrong one. Yeah, streamer.bot has a chat function included. I did try some others, which was I forgot the names of them again. Chat Ninja was one of them. That's the one that I tried yesterday and it didn't work. So Chat Ninja was one of them. That didn't work, but the streamer bot seems to be working. And you can use it as a dockable in OBS if you're using OBS. I've not tried it on StreamYard yet, and I don't have Streamlabs, so I don't know about that as yet. But I will be trying it on all of those just to see if it works, and if it does, then I will be able to share that out with others. Well, what I'll do is just sort of play about with it for a few times, and then I'll do a video about it, because I know on my channel it's mainly like creative stuff, but the way I thought is that YouTube is creative as well. And when I learn new things on YouTube, for example, that's why I do product reviews and things like that, because it's all related to being creative. Any equipment that I buy, or any cameras or anything like that I buy for the channel, I do a review on as well on this channel. And that is basically because I want to help other creators as I learn things and figure out how to do certain things. I want to let other people know that as well. So I will be doing a video about them when I figured out how to use them myself properly. Because currently at the minute, I don't have enough experience to be able to do that. Got experience in doing this though, and I still ballsed it up. That's stupid timing. You could have been doing something. But yeah, I mean, I don't know who that person was on your stream a few days ago, but they seem to have had some experience or knowledge of how to do some streaming bits and pieces. But we all, anybody who supports each other on this YouTube journey. We've all hit hurdles and tried to figure out different ways to do things. And if we can just sort of share that out to other people. I'm not one of them people who finds something out and want to keep it to myself. I find something out and want to help other people use it. I know not everybody's like that, but that's the way I am. So if I know how to use something, I'll be helping others to use it as well. I can't believe I've got all these in the wrong place. That's because number 8 and number 6 look very similar, and I need glasses. They look really geeky though, the glasses that I've got. I am getting another pair for driving as well. But they're them reaction ones, you know, when you go out in the sun. You was live this morning. How come it didn't show up then? I mean, I was giving my daughter a driving lesson this morning, so no, because it still would have sort of come up on my notifications that you was on. I don't understand that. I've noticed that with a few different people though, that it doesn't always go on and show you that you're actually live. Because there's a few times when Andy's gone live and I knew nothing about it. It's only because I know generally what time she goes on that I know that she's going to be on. It's generally when I'm about to collapse into bed. She's obviously I think it's 5 hours behind or something like that. So I know what time she's on for me. So I've got an idea that by the time I'm flat out in bed, she's probably going live. That's why I know when to attend hers, but I don't always get notifications for hers either, though, even though I've got the notification button set to all. For some reason it doesn't show everybody's. I only have the all notifications set for certain channels that I generally spend a bit of time in. Not sure about later. It's the semi one in is Eurovision on? Do you know? I don't know. I don't know about the general public in England, but it used to be a really big thing, Eurovision, and we used to all sit down and watch it as a family, and it was like a big competition and all that lot. That doesn't happen here at all anymore. It's like, oh, Eurovision, yeah, right, well, it's not something that everybody's that interested in. I don't even think my children's ever watched it. It was something definitely when I was younger. But these days, I don't think anybody bothers with it. Maybe the older generation, but I think it's definitely dying out. Um, I think when we was younger, because we didn't have things like Britain's Got Talent and X Factor and all those type of programs, I think because it was either that or Stars in Your Eyes, um, they was like the only talent shows that was on TV when I was younger, so that's why we probably was more involved with it. But now Eurovision doesn't seem to be that big of a deal. It's always good if your country wins something, but it's never like it's definitely not celebrated like it used to be. You can tell when you're getting close to an end of one of these when the paper doesn't stick down as much. The cellophane. What time's the Eurovision on? I think you're an hour behind me? Or you're an hour in front? I always get mixed up. And then it changes again when the clocks go back. I've got to stop moving this thing because it keeps turning itself on. Nightbot is separate. UK has never really been good at picking participants. like I said, years ago there was. I mean, I'm probably going back to when my mum and dad was sort of like watching it. I remember Bucks Fizz and um Cliff Richard. There was a couple of others. They was like the best ones. I think Sonia was like my era for the Eurovision. I think was it Lord or Lordy or something like that. I don't even think that was this country, but I like them. Um, but yeah, the British, yeah, British singers either make it really big or don't make it at all. I think that's what the difference is with the Eurovision is they don't have enough people that are willing to do it, not just that they don't find them, they're just not willing to do it. It's like a one-hit wonder thing. But definitely the last couple of decades, it's slacked a lot in England. In England, I think our talent lies elsewhere than singing. Don't get me wrong, there's some really good singers and bands and whatever that have come from the UK, but um, yeah, generally America, where they all sort of come from, and then other European countries. I don't know, I might give it a watch. Blow some of them cobwebs off some memories. I've not seen it for a long time. Do they still do all that where they translate it to French and then to English and give the points at the end? I just don't think people can be bothered with it because you've got the big programs like Britain's Got Talent and even America's Got Talent's a big thing over here. It's on YouTube, but it's still a big thing, or X Factor, or um, yeah, especially since like pop idols and that type of stuff sort of come over here. Eurovision seems to have took like that burner. They've not really done much with it in this country, from what I know. Anyway, I only live in my own little place. That's not the sort of opinion of the general public. It's just what I'm noticing myself. Semi today to Thursday and final Saturday. So is it still quite a big thing in Sweden, isn't it? I always get Sweden and Switzerland mixed up. I know they're nowhere near each other and all the rest of it. It just begins with S and they're European. But yeah, Sweden, I think. I'm struggling to even keep up with geography of America at the minute because people tell me they're from America and you're like, well, yeah, but what time zone is that? Because you can be from a completely different part of America in a completely different time zone. I really should have paid more attention in geography. I don't actually remember them teaching us anything like that in geography though, like actual locations and stuff. Unless I was just asleep at the back of the class. I tend to zone out of things that don't interest me, and something like that probably wouldn't have interested me at the time. And apparently we might win this show. Oh, brilliant! That sounds good. Have you got a good, strong contestant? I'll have to have a nosy at least so I can sort of keep up to date with what's going on in the world. Generally, what happens in this house is the children have hold of the remote and I don't get a look in. It keeps the peace, so that's why I don't really get involved with having the remote too much. But their thing is basically YouTube. YouTube is everything. And I think that's why I sort of went, yeah, okay, then I'm going to do a YouTube channel because that's all I was watching. And I thought, well, if you can't beat them, join them. Just normal TV doesn't even get a look in these days, which is a bit of a shame because I miss out on. I don't even get to watch the news or things like that. I basically get told the news from my mum and dad. You know, anything could be happening and I'm none the wiser. I tried to get them to watch more normal TV, um, but yeah, that wasn't a. The only time we really sort of watched the news a lot in this house was when COVID was on and we wanted to know when we could go out and do things. But yeah, not watched TV, like as in TV channels, not like YouTube stuff for a heck of a long time. I get the odd bit and pieces coming up on my phone letting me know what's happening, but unless it's something directly affecting us, I don't really pay much attention. Obviously, things like wars going on and things like that. Um, I keep, keep a general eye on, but I don't go into too much because then the kids start panicking that something's going on, and they've got enough to worry about at the minute. And I think they pick up things like that from school and college anyway, so it's easier not to have them have to watch it at home as well. The betting pages, I don't think we even have betting pages anymore. Yeah, we used to have all that kind of stuff when I was a kid, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be a thing these days. Things definitely changed for me when the kids were born. Just take them couple out because they don't belong. Yeah, I was gonna go on late last night. I found out that Andy wasn't going on live, so I thought, oh well, I'll jump on. But by the time I'd sorted out the page things and set up OBS and all the rest of it, it was just stupid o'clock. So I thought I'll just jump on for a little bit during the day tomorrow between one child coming home from college, the other one going back, and then this performance that I'm going to tonight for my son's doing. I don't know if you know or have heard of a fella called Pete Waterman. He was quite a big kind of music producer and all that lot when, like in the 80s and things like that. But my son got to meet him last week, which was quite exciting, and he let him know about his performance he's got coming up and what was going on. So that sounds like he's making good connections. I know he might not be like the big shot as he used to be in the 80s, but he'll still have people in the music business that he knows about, which is quite exciting. I really want them to follow their dreams, do what they want to do, but also be realistic. And unfortunately, my son missed the part about being realistic, so his heart's set on being a musician and nothing else. So I need him to succeed as much as possible. There are plenty of places to bet on all sorts of things these days, not just sport. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'm in my forties now, and I've never set foot in a betting shop. I wouldn't even have a clue what to do. The closest I've done is we went when I was working. We went as I think it was a hen do that we went on, one of the girls that we was working with. We all went to watch the races, and there was like a betting thing there. I didn't place a bet, but I went in there and sort of had a look around. But yeah, I mean, play bingo. That's gambling, I suppose. But actually betting on like a sport or betting on a winner of something, that's not something that it's not something that I've sort of ever done. And my mum and dad was never, well, they didn't have the money to do, spend and splurge on them type of things. So it's never been something that I've been interested in either. I think we might have finished all the blacks. I think, what time are we on? Right, I've got about 10 minutes before I have to get off for definite. So I'm definitely going to finish in about 10 minutes, but I'm just thinking I want to get some more of these reds on because they're really pretty and I like putting them down. Just having a stretch. I've just turned it back on again. I'm really good at turning things on these days. Oh, but I've just realised that's not even in focus. Oh, yeah, it is. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Red, yeah. So I've just got some reds here at the side. Just make sure that is in line. I've actually got a proper camera, which is, let me just see if I can get it on. It's this one to the side. I want to try and, so that's like the other one that I've got. I've got like an overhead one and one to the side. But I want to try and use that camera rather than my phone to do this vertical live. But the way this OBS works, you can't use the second camera for it, which is a bit of a shame. But at least I can use it as a second camera if I want to show something on the screen. The app that I'm running to be able to transfer from my phone to OBS, which is a streaming platform that I use, is done on, what's it called? Chat Ninja. And that's how it broadcasts onto the OBS. Unfortunately, I've not found a way yet how to do that vertically with a camera. So that'll be something else that I'm looking into. These are all the things you don't even realise you need to learn and figure out for YouTube for it to be, a decent stream or a decent video that you're doing. I do wish I started live streaming earlier than I did. Because even like you could take the recordings of these diamond paintings and things that you've been working on a live and put that in a video. You can speed it up and edit it and whatever. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. Obviously, these live streams are very long-winded and a lot of people won't like them. So I'm going to or what I'm thinking of doing is like shortening these down into a video, like repurposing the live. So I want to try and maybe do that because recording and lives and shorts, it's just too much for one person to be able to manage. Plus, this chair that I'm sat on's not doing me any favours. I didn't realise until a few days ago, I've been looking at doing a mascot for my channel. And I had two ideas. I come up with these two different ideas for different reasons. One was an octopus and one was a chameleon. The octopus being I've got loads of arms and I'm doing loads of different crafts and different projects and I've got multiple different things I can be doing. And the other one was a chameleon because I can change and do different things at different times. But I didn't realise really till a few days ago that you have an octopus for your channel. So I think that might be making my mind up because obviously I don't want to be stepping on toes. I'm pretty sure there's hundreds of channels out there that have got an octopus as a mascot or a chameleon, but I don't like the idea that I'm doing something similar to somebody that I do actually watch. Can't please everybody, but I can please those that I know. So I need to start working on some chameleon designs. I might actually make that into a live, do some drawing. I've not really done that much digital drawing, so it might be something that I'll be looking at doing. In fact, my first and last attempt of digital drawing was my logo thing that I've got for YouTube now. So yeah, that was pretty rough, but I think it's definitely due an update. I'm just a bit concerned that if that's what people know, that people have subscribed to already, would they be able to find my channel again if they was to look for it? You know, the similarities are a bit of a difference in an issue. You've got an octopus, a snail, and a frog. Flippin' heck. Could you not decide on which one you wanted? Yeah, I've got two different designs. I have got the octopus, like a multicoloured octopus, and obviously a chameleon with multicolours. But I've just not decided what I want anyway. But it was sort of I saw it on the back of your chair and thought, yeah, I didn't realise yours was an octopus. But I don't know what your snail is, because I always relate you to an octopus anyway because of that story you was telling me about your head, about when you was in the bathroom. How's your plant doing anyway? Is it still alive? They're all just made as emojis for me to play around with. Well, for the members. Right, I get you. Don't put too many out because I'm going to be finishing after these little red bits. Because my dog is dancing next to me. I just hope he doesn't want to go out. I think he just wants up on my knee. I wouldn't want to put him on camera because he'll still show. Such a cute little dog. Actually, I don't think he'd fit on my desk even though he's small. I don't pick up. I think this wax is becoming unsticky. I need some more in it, but I'll do that when I come on next time. Man's stuck to it now. So we've only got this little bit left to do. So some blues, got number 4s, number 6s, and still got some more of these reds. I'm just going to finish off what's in this tray, and then I'm going. Apart from the Eurovision, what have you got planned for the rest of the day? Anything good? Yeah, the bathroom plant, yeah. Tossed out, started growing mushrooms in it. Yeah, I never thought it was a good relationship from the start. Winsome Cat, hello, welcome in. Unfortunately, I'm not far off finishing, sweetheart. I've got a my son's performing tonight, so he's yeah. Just because you're coming, I'm just going to finish these last little bits off of this number one. So, because we've got a couple of extra people, why not? Um, but I really need to get going pretty soon because I need to have a shower and my parents are due here in about 20 minutes or so. So I can't stay on too long. I just thought, well, whilst Winsome Cat's sort of made an appearance. I feel a bit wrong just turning the live stream off when you've just come in. So obviously, if you don't mind, guys, when you leave or whenever you can, um, tapping them buttons, tapping those thumbs up, and doing all that good stuff for us. What are you up to today, Winsome Cat? Anything good? Yeah, I'm glad you got to say hi. I'm just literally going to finish this last row off now and then I'll be getting up. I really do like these red crystals. Oops, she says, and then throws them all over the place. Come here. I'm going to make it really difficult now, aren't you? Crochet is always the best plan. It is when you know how to do it. Yeah, I've started one project. I've not tried any other projects as yet. I did buy like a little Harry Potter kit. That had a couple of characters in it. You're supposed to be able to follow the book, but I can't even make the magic circle. I've managed to learn how to do a single crochet, or I think it's called something different in America. I'm not even sure where I am with it all now. But I'm basically done a one stitch crochet blanket just so I can sort of get used to the actions and moving the needles around and stuff. But it's something that I'd like to do a bit more of. I just need to figure out what I need to do and how to do it, which is why I go over to Andy's and Amanda's channel, because even though I know I'm never going to be able to do anything as good as that, it gives me that kind of experience of being able to move, how to move your hands, how to hold things, how to what's possible with crochet, that type of thing. Because I always thought crochet, when I saw it when I was a little girl, I had an auntie to the family, like a family friend that did crochet, but she just always did circles. So I always thought it was just a circle thing, but obviously not. It does. You do a lot more than what you can do, than what I had in my mind. I always thought knitting was the one that was opened up to be able to do a lot more, but the more I watch these channels like Amanda's and Andy's, the more I can see that crochet is more something that I'd be interested in than knitting for sure. Right, we've finished all the ones. I've not pushed these all down. I do want to line these all up when I've got everything down properly. But we've only got a couple of colours left, which I'll finish off on the next live. But for now, I'm going to sign off, say good night, say good afternoon, depending on where you are, or good morning. If you are watching this live, like obviously Amanda and Winsome Cat is in, if you don't mind clicking that thumbs up on your way out and sharing if you have the means to. Anybody that's watching on the replay, make sure you like and subscribe. God, I can't get my words out today. I really appreciate your time, and I will see you over on the next live. Take care, guys. Bye.